Well, unfortunately, if you're watching this video, you did not pass your real estate exam on your first try. Don't worry, it's very frequently that happens. Either you didn't pass the state or the national, or maybe both. Don't get discouraged. Unfortunately, with the state of Ohio, you cannot electronically submit an application to take your exam. You have to do it a paper route, and we're going to show you how to do that and walk you through it right after this. So unfortunately, you didn't pass your exam on the first try. Believe me, guys, it happens very frequently. Do not get discouraged. There's a metaphor I like to use all the time when I talk to students. You've been training for a marathon, and you've been running and running 10 miles and 20 miles and then 25 miles. And to get to that marathon at 26.2, you took that step to take your exam, which I commend you for doing that. A lot of students don't even sit for their exam in the first place, but unfortunately you didn't pass it. So you ran the marathon and you only made it to mile 20, you got a cramp, and then you had to sit out. It happens all the time, guys. The key is you got to get back on the horse and start studying the areas that you did not do well at the first time. At Ashmont Realty, we have our exam prep class. We'll be happy to sit down with you and go over the sections that you're struggling with, okay? But first things first, you need to reapply for your exam to retake it. Unfortunately, we cannot do it electronically like we easily did last time. You have to do it through paper format. So I'm going to be showing you the form that Ashmont Realty office will be sending to you that you can fill out. You're going to fill it out electronically in its completely fill it out. And I'm going to go over this quickly with you. You're going to send it back to us, or we're going to sign it. Now, from there, you're going to have to either mail it, the form, or drop it off. So let's go ahead and walk through the form quickly to show you what needs to be done. Again, Ashmont Realty offices will be sending this to you at your request. But the key part is, guys, you want to make sure that you do this as soon as you get your results so you can schedule that retake application as soon as possible. Because what you don't want is you've been running 20, 25 miles every day and you unfortunately just didn't make the finish line. You don't want to take 3 or 4 or 5 months off, and then you're going to have to retrain again. That is the real estate exam. There's a lot of information you're going to forget, and I don't want you to backtrack your momentum, because usually the second time you can get it done. So let's go ahead and take a look at the form and go through it quickly so you have a better idea what needs to be done. Okay, this is what's called a real estate exam application. It's a retake application. So if you failed your exam the first time, you will need to fill this out every time hereafter. If it's the second, third, fourth, fifth attempt, you will need to fill this out. So the things you need to do, and this was all done when you filled out your application online the first time electronically. But unfortunately, at this time, the real estate division does not allow electronic applications for retakes. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go over this form. So the first thing that you're going to take a look at is you're going to click on the right-hand side as a salesperson. Okay, now if you failed both the state and the national part, you're going to click the top button here where my cursor is. If you passed the state but failed the national, you'll click that box. You're going to be basically clicking which box that you need to retake that particular test. Okay. Now, unfortunately, the cost stays the same. If you pass the state section but failed the national, unfortunately, you still have to pay the $81 by check, money order, or debit card, and you still have to take the testing fee, proctor fee they call it, and that is $65. So once click the box that'll pertain to you, what test you'll be taking. Also, too, you'll have, the candidate number. You don't have to worry about that, but put your name, address, date of birth, social security number, and email address. Your email address is going to be the email that they're going to be sending you to schedule for your exam through PSI. Everything, your sponsoring broker information, that's already filled out for you. Something that is important is you got to make sure you answer the yes or no questions. A lot of people do forget those. I know you've already answered those questions once the first time, but make sure you answer those again. So if all the answers are no, click no. If there's some ones that have yes, click yes. At that time, you're going to go ahead and sign at the bottom where it says, where the signature of the application. You can date it off to the side as well. It's not needed because your electronic signature will have that. At that time, you're going to be, once you hit share, it'll send back to Ashmont Realty, and our offices will sign this for you. Once it's signed, it'll automatically be shared with you via email. And at that time, you're going to have a complete retake application. Now, from there, you're going to need to get this form to the Division of Real Estate. Okay. Now, you can do a couple different ways. If you live in the Columbus, Central Ohio area, you can absolutely drop this off at the board or the Division of Real Estate's offices, and that is at Tussing Rd. And I'm going to put all this information of the location in the comment section. But you can physically walk this form in the Division of Real Estate's office. And again, that's that address I'll put in the description, but it's 6606 Tussing Road in Reynoldsburg, Ohio. That is on the east side of Columbus. If that is more convenient for you, you can actually walk this in, pay by debit or credit card at their offices, and it will be processed immediately. Now, if you do not have the luxury of being near that area in Central Ohio and you're one of our agents throughout the state, you can also mail the form to them as well. If you do mail the form, that is okay. I highly recommend that you provide some sort of tracking number so you can keep track of this package, so to speak. It's just in an envelope is fine. I would pay the extra couple dollars to get tracking to know that they received your test application. If you do mail it, you will need to provide a check or money order with your test reapplication. They do not take debit cards over the phone, so you'll have to provide a check or money order in that envelope when you mail the test application to them. When it comes to processing, I've seen it anywhere from 2 to 3 days up to a couple weeks. So please keep that in mind, but do that as soon as possible because that way you'll get the opportunity to go ahead and get your exam taken as soon as possible. So I hope that helps walk you through what you need to do. If you unfortunately don't pass your real estate exam that first time, please don't be discouraged. It happens very frequently. The key is you get that test application back in as soon as possible. You start focusing on the sections that you didn't, you struggled in the first time. If you went through our exam prep 70 plus class, you already know the breakdowns in the chapters that you can be focusing on so you can pass this exam on the second round. So congratulations. We really look forward to you joining Ashmont Realty. It's only a matter of time, but it's going to take a little bit of work. And we'll see you all very soon.